Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teacher's Noob Tab with me, Raymond.
Fresh back from the dead, everyone. How's it going?
And we're going to be going over part one because this is a 15-issue series. We're going to be splitting this in half. So we're going to be going over part one of He-Man, The Eternity War. And just look at this Steven Sajak cover.
As always, the man draws beautifully.
Yep. In this case, it's interesting seeing him do non-hot babes. I mean, they're still hotties, but you know.
Yeah, but you can see he's got a lot on his plate right here. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not as focused as his like his Harley Quinns are.
Right. But yeah, we open up and that one character, the guy who would suck in blood and all that. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine.
It was a toy, but yeah, they used it where they put the blood of Grayskull into Hordak, and now he's finally free from Despondos. He is made flesh again, and the Eternity War has begun.
Aha! So he's back to normal.
Yep, Teela wakes up with an incredible start, of course, because she realized what's going on.
She feels that he's released.
He's released, and there's going to be blasphemy because now that he has the blood of Grayskull, he can now enter the Forge.
Oh, okay.
Yep. He-Man, She-Ra, destiny has twisted once again. What have you seen, Teela? Another vision? Darkness looms. Even to see her sitting on Skeletor's old throne.
Yep.
Yep. Even blacker than our present nightmare. I see it through the magical fabric that connects the world. Hordak has escaped. Hordak has rejoined his horde. Your blood, He-Man, it flows through his veins now. He has the power to be flesh again, the power to re-enter Eternia and seize the secrets of Castle Grayskull. Castle Grayskull, how I've missed you! Hordak returns! Lord Hordak returns! Flesh, I've forgotten the feel of it, my horde. Forgotten the freedom. 1,000 years ago, I came to conquer this world, Eternia, and claim this castle. But King Grayskull denied me, denied us. With his sword of power, he entrapped me in the dark dimension of Despondos. Only science kept me alive. Science and infinite patience. But now, the blood of Grayskull's heir has set me free. Give me a keen edge, Grizzlor. I have waited enough. No more delays. Let the blood open the way. Pain. I have missed that too. Access at last. The forge of Grayskull. The fires of eternity. The power of Grayskull. Grayskull was a thief. A thief! He took this primordial fire, this magic of creation, and locked it away in his castle. He kept it for himself. It was not his destiny. It was mine. The goddess has been waiting for me for 1,000 years. With each strike of hammer on steel, the universe shakes. Eternity cannot hold. Entropy and terror are loosed upon the world until, at last, the future is forged. Let the age of Holocaust begin. By the power of darkness incarnate, I am the power! And with this power, we shall hunt for the means to rule the universe, my horde. We shall hunt for the eyes of Grayskull.
That looks so fucking cool.
But we see what the fact that he forged his own sword.
His own sword of power.
Yep. I heard my daughter cry out. Let me go to see her. Let me see her. I demand. It is forbidden to approach the sorceress of Serpos without her consent. Geez, of course, Man-at-Arms, ready to duel with them.
Oh yeah, don't fuck with a man trying to get to his daughter. He will kick your ass.
Yep. All my life, I fought Skeletor, thinking he was the greatest evil the universe has ever spawned. So naive. Skeletor was just a pawn of Hordak, and Hordak is the true demon. He took my uncle from me. He took my sister. He took Eternia and Castle Grayskull, and now he's taken my very blood. What do I have left? Rage. Sometimes that's all we have left. No, we have our swords, the sword of power and the sword of protection that King Grayskull forged for us. The power of Grayskull defeated Hordak before, it will do so again. If only it were that simple, Adam. There's more to the power of Grayskull than you know. Long ago, during the era of King Grayskull, Grayskull's Farseers warned of Hordak's impending invasion. In anticipation, Grayskull forged. Oh, look, they're using the cover art! Remember from the Blood of Grayskull?
Oh yeah.
And forged the Sword of Power and Protection, twin swords that could tap into the mystical power of Grayskull. But Lord Adi, leader of Grayskull's Council of Elders, had bigger plans. Adi's Grayskull's most trusted friend and betrayer. He convinced the king to make the castle itself a weapon, hence the Eyes of Grayskull. The what? Two ancient stones of tremendous power, Chrono and Chaos, set in the empty orbits of the castle's facade. The eye of Chronos is tuned with time. The eye of Chaos with space. When the power of Grayskull, which rages at this castle's core, is channeled through the eyes, it transforms Castle Grayskull into a weapon that can neutralize enemies anytime, anywhere in the cosmos. One castle from which to rule the entire universe. Chrono and Chaos were a gift of Lord Adi, but Grayskull had doubts. He was uncomfortable with the notion of ruling through fear. He was uncomfortable with absolute power. When he confessed his doubts to Lord Adi, Adi had the king murdered. In the chaos following Grayskull's death, the eyes went missing for centuries. So again, if we're to believe it, this was his manipulation. My father retrieved the Eye of Chrono, but Skeletor acquired the Eye of Chaos. Fearing that Skeletor might soon capture Chrono as well, my mother hid the eye somewhere. Skeletor would never think to look. Deep in the sands of time. How do you know about this? Hordak's orders. After I, as Despera, took Castle Grayskull from him, I was to search for the sands of time for the Eye of Chrono. He is looking for it. He may already have it. I pray he does not. We must secure the Eye of Chrono before Hordak does. And what of Chaos? The location of that eye, like the location of damn Skeletor himself, is unknown. Skeletor is dead. Skeletor is never dead. And if we obtain the eyes, what then? We use them against Hordak? No, not Hordak, not anyone. No good can come of that. The eyes once found must be destroyed. Grayskull was right. That is too much power for anyone to hold. I don't trust you, Sorceress. It's thanks to you that Hordak has Adam's blood. Grayskull should have learned to trust his instincts sooner, and so should you. Oh, and Man-at-Arms!
He's just ripping them apart. He's like, fuck you.
Get off me! And you! Get away from him. And Teela, call your monsters back. He's not welcome here. Not welcome, huh? How's this for permission? Teela, daughter, are you well? The Crystal Sea. Well, okay. Nice workout, generals. Got my quite got my blood pumping. Don't bother getting up. I'll see myself out.
Jesus Christ.
He just comes in there and she gives him an order and he's like, okay. Remember to dress up warm, child. It's cold here in the Dark Hemisphere. Yes, Daddy. We are a family, and family is a strength that demons fear.
Jesus Christ. There's still a part of her that's still his little girl.
And if I love this, I was like, nice workout, gentlemen and generals. And he steps on his hand.
He just beat the living shit out of all of them.
And he just waltzes right out. I wonder if she told him not to let him in just because she knew he would fight his way in.
I doubt it. I doubt she wanted him to actually harm the snake men that are under her control.
True. Right, we'll take back the... But yeah, they're saying, let the war begin. Let it begin and end. And it looks like the children have been busy while I was away. The time has come, I see, and I have one piece of the puzzle at last. If my enemies want war, cry havoc, they shall have it! And so we got 3 factions here.
Well,
Hordak...
not so much he's not so much a third faction on his own.
Oh, he is, yeah.
He doesn't have really like any allies at the moment. He's just by himself, and he has.
Oh, he's gonna have Evil Lyn and some of the others.
But holy shit, that looks so cool.
Yep, but what do you think about this first issue and this idea of the eyes of Grayskull?
It's fine, I guess. I mean, it's just an additional MacGuffin for the story to proceed forward, for everyone to
True,
work
but you
towards.
needed it.
I guess. I mean, I would have thought oh, we need to stop Hordak from creating a sword of power, which he has. That's enough, honestly. You don't need the eyes.
True, but the eyes do play a major role. But again, it's more to buy time for Skeletor to make his move.
I guess.
Oh, look at Battle Cat here. That helmet looks goofy, though.
It does. I'm not a fan. Although, truth be told, I've never been a fan of any of his helmets, so.
But thankfully, they have a Legion of the Snake Man heading on out there. Okay, how's that helmet?
Better?
It's gold.
Ish. I love the reddish brown mane though. That looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so they're marching on over there, and seriously, again, Pop Man's artwork. Mwah!
It is pretty badass.
Yep. Oh, man, he's trimmed his beard. Don't worry about that. The orbital disruptor is our biggest problem. Don't worry about that, Lord. I'll have it neutralized by the time your host moves into the daylight. That will be no small undertaking, Duncan. I'm man at arms, my lord. It's my kind of work. Besides, I have this. One of the Horse dimensional transporters, a teleport device. It saved me from the disruptor at Sarn Scepter. It'll serve me here and again now. But the mission is fraught. No Eternia has ever done what you propose to do. Trust me. I've made some modifications to Roboto for the mission. I'm not taking chances, Adam. You know my motto, always be prepared. Duncan, tell me about Teela. What did she mean when she said the crystal seed? When she was 9, she ran away from home. She was desperate to learn about her mother. At the sorcerer's request, I'd always kept her mother's identity hidden from her. Teela ran away to consult the fabled oracle of the Crystal Sea. Of course, she was 9. She never found it. She wound up stranded on an island in the Crystal Sea for 90 days all alone. But she survived. She remembered the things I taught her, the training I'd given her. Always be prepared. She survived for 90 days until I rescued her. She's a survivor, my daughter, through and through. And she loves you with all her heart. Always will. You're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, my lord. How long has it been since you relinquished the power? Since you were last Adam? A while. I can't stop being He-Man now, Duncan. I can't transform back. We're at war. I have to stay strong. For my men, for Eternia. You're the strongest man I've ever known. Not because of the sword or the power of Grayskull. Because of you. Give the Horde hell. You hear me? Give them hell, King Adam. Warriors of Serpos, attack! What do you see about hearing that? What Teela went through for 90 days at 9 years old?
Pretty badass, honestly.
Yeah. And wow, just look at them going after the Horde. Oh, it's the eye guy character. What is this? Doll Mac. What's happening? Oh, Mantenna. And all out assault lord and Mantenna. It is E-Man at the head of the army from the Dark Hemisphere. Wow, this is a war.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but it's Robert O. Is that how you say his name, or Robert O? Or Robot? Sorry, Robot O. Roboto.
I always just called it Robert, or like Roboto.
Why does he have Robert? Because my name's Robert. That's why. Open now. We have Spydor. And Rattler, get behind me. The beast is mine. I gotta say, if I'm gonna breeze through a lot of this stuff, we might be able to actually get a lot of this done in what time we have. Because it takes a while before the main plot actually gets started. It just opens with action.
Yeah. Well, let's keep going.
Yep. But yeah, so Duncan's on board, planning the charge. You are finished. Victory! Mount Zor is ours. First blood is ours. Let Hordak tremble. The disruptor. Duncan, you are a wonder. But, and Robot-O, brace for thrusters that fail. Roboto, we're falling. Roboto, oh dear.
Oh.
So now we're having an Adora on Swiftwind. Find the Eye of Chrono. You make it sound so simple, Sorceress. The Horde has been scourging the sands of time for months. Even with their numbers and resources, they fail to find it. How will I? How indeed? She-Ra, the Eyes of Grayskull were formed from primordial lava that flows from the core of Eternia. The lava reaches the surface here at Snake Mountain. It is the lifeblood of Eternia. The stone in your sword of protection was also formed like. Oh, they're explaining the stone! It's also made from the same lava. It is linked to the eyes. That explains a lot! I always wondered about that gem. Because they never really gave an explanation to it, did they?
Not to my knowledge.
So that's a clever one, tying it to the eyes. But I promise I will never again keep secrets from you. I will never fail you. Just as I know that you will never fail Grayskull. You are She-Ra. You are the Princess of Power. Engage the Horde for the honor of Grayskull. Open Catra at proper Catra and Scorpia. Not the Catra we got. Ida, curse you, Catra. No, I saw her first. She's mine. Idiot, you spoiled my aim. Oh, dear. They are fighting on who gets to hit her. Oh, and apparently they're sisters here.
Huh. And
Scorpia and Catra are twin sisters. Interesting.
And they think She-Ra is He-Man's girlfriend?
Yep.
Gross.
Well, no. That Scorpia does. Obviously, Catra knows the truth because she says, "Sister, you imbecile twin sister, if our spy reports speak true, I will quickly say the glorious princess." So she knows the truth.
Okay. So
it's
one
obvious.
of them,
Scorpia's always been a dim bulb.
Okay.
She's always like that's why I always remember when she went after he mentioned like, "You're mine, muscle man." She has this deep voice that kind of comes off like a bit dim. That's not very ladylike, but then you're not much of a lady, are you? But yeah, they're being attacked by all sides, and again, it's much like the last issue. They're just fighting their way through. Oh, blast her! What's the name of him again?
Stratos.
Yeah, Stratos. She-Ra, they're fleeing. The Horde squadron is defeated. She-Ra, where is she? Set me down, Swiftwind. The sands is glowing. The stone is glowing like a firebrand. It senses something. Chrono is close. And there it is. Oh, Catra, Scorpia. Thank you for pointing the way, She-Ra. The Horde is indebted to you, and we are honored. You know our names. You recognize the warriors who will end your miserable life. Of course I know you. We once served together. We did? Back then, Scorpia, to my shame, I was known as Despera. Now do you dare face me? Despair. Oh, so I guess Catra didn't know. That's Trice the reason to kill her. Oh, chopped off her tail.
Ooh.
And Catra turns into her cat form, puts up a decent fight, but goes down too. Like, do they hate Despera? Who's there? Oh, Despera. Despera, my poor child. You should never have joined your pathetic brother and taken up arms against me. Never! What do you think of that armor?
It's too busy.
A bit. It kind of is.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's not terrible or anything. It's just too much.
Time to die, little wayward Despera. Time to die. And oh dear, even Stratos got taken down.
Damn, just one swing of the sword, he just wiped them all out.
Yep. I don't make threats. I make promises. You will be destroyed. Despera, I am not Despera, creature, nor am I a Dora anymore. I am not the little girl you can mold at your whim. I am She-Ra! I am your doom! Meanwhile, Mount Zord and we're seeing this one doctor who's trying to help them heal the Snake Men. And it's showing that the Snake Men have been chosen. I have witnessed He-Man's strengths on the battlefield. I know he will carry us to victory. I do not follow He-Man because it is the will of the goddess. I follow because I choose to. My king. Oh, so it shows that the snake people are actually being more and more redeemed just by He-Man's influence.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna bet that Hiss is gonna throw a wrench in all of that.
You're not wrong.
Oh, lovely.
But yeah, you think you can better me? I now wield the power of Grayskull Fleshling, the very power you fought so hard to protect. I have your power! Oh! I know you're worried about your father. I have scouting parties out searching for Duncan. My tears are not for him. I know in my heart that my father is still alive. Then what? I weep for the goddess. What do you mean? The age of Horokos is upon us. Horokos, what? The mother goddess is the source and heart of all creation. She is the fire from which our universe was born. The last relic spark of creation now rages in the forge of Grayskull. That is what you are trying to protect. But can any one man truly claim the goddess of light as his own? We all see the goddess in our own image. In the beginning, Snake Men, the first life born in Eternia, saw the goddess as Serpos. She was the primordial blood, passion, and desire. King Hiss sought to steal Serpos' power and thus brought devastation to his people. An ice age followed, the end of the age of Serpos. Did Hiss cause that, or was it simply a page in time turning? Was Hiss merely an ancient agent of destiny? Today's Eternians see the goddess as Zor. To us, she is the great preserver. Her light, we imagine, would shine through the universe for eternity. The Horde sees the goddess as Horokos. To them, she is the coming destroyer, the darkness at the end of days. So in other words, the goddess is whatever you want her to be.
But that just means she doesn't really have any agency. It's just whoever's praying to her.
Mm-hmm. And whoever taps into the power becomes their champion of that embodiment.
So right now, the goddess has 3 champions?
Well, no. Okay. Zor is no more. That age has ended. To help bring back the Snake Men, Teela has become the agent of Serpos that Hiss had wanted. And we will eventually get an agent of Horokos. And yes, it's who you think it is.
Evelyn.
Yep.
Okay, well.
Yep. But yeah, so she's telling them all that, leading them there, and yeah, what will it take to defeat Hordak? Show me where it is. And she finds it. Mine, I think. No. Oh!
Whoa.
And thus perished the disloyal and the foolish. Not dead yet. You always were a fighter, my dear daughter. You've led me directly to the Eye of Chrono. Your magic and insight have brought me here. Allow me to express my gratitude for that final service and grant you a swift and merciful end to your misery. Ah! Skeletor! Yes, Hordak, your pupil returns. Ha! You actually look worried. You were gone. Finished. No matter. You are broken, Skeletor. You cannot hope to defeat me in a fight. I don't need to fight you. Just escape you. No, damn you! No! The eyes of Grayskull are mine. A triumph child. Child? Don't die on us now, my dear. Not when we have a world left to save. Whoa, how's that image?
That's pretty cool.
So what are you thinking of this so far?
It's actually pretty badass. I'm still not a fan of like how
Hordak looks?
Yeah, Hordak's look. I don't know why he's
Hush,
escaping for
rest,
some.
child. You are sorely wounded. My sword. Give me my sword. Her sword. She asked for her sword. Ha! Does she take us for fools? What she's going to do? Fight us? Silence! I didn't bring her here to watch her die. Evelyn, fetch the damn sword. Bah! If I must. Here, hope she chokes on it. And that can be arranged if we can't do it. She can't do it herself. Just be quiet. Here, child, your sword. So cold. What is this? Skeletor, what is she doing? Just watch and wait. Ah, get back, monsters! I can and will slay you if I must. Incredible. Her sword. It heals. No, we mean you no harm, child. These are not monsters, and come know them. Evelyn, Trapjaw, and Beastman. What do we call you? Herman! Enough with your mocking, you overgrown fur coat! I am called She-Ra. Fascinating. I would speak with She-Ra alone. We will return shortly. I lied earlier. I know who you are. Who you really are. Despera. Adora. Did Shadow Weaver ever tell you the tale how I adopted you for Hordak when you were a child? I now had the pleasure of rescuing you from Hordak. Such irony. Yes, I know who you are. Despera's predecessor, Hordak's former pupil. Uncle. Clearly, we have much in common. For instance, we both know how dangerous Hordak is. He has control over Castle Grayskull. He's a threat to all. Ha ha ha! You know, not so long ago, He-Man made me believe that Castle Grayskull contain no power. That the power only reside within him. Piece of misdirection, I now realize. So he was full of it when he claimed he was the power.
Mm-hmm.
Your brother is clearly more cunning than his biceps suggest. My brother clearly believes that you cannot be trusted. I don't blame him for that, but I have come to see things in a new light. When I last faced him, I was on the world known as Earth. He and a human sorcerer, Constantine, banished me and Orko to the Netherrealm, hoping to trap us forever. But the sorcerer did not know that I possessed the Eye of Chaos. Summoning it allowed me to tap into the fabric of space and teleport myself across dimensions. I used it to escape back to Eternia. And look at all these images!
The toy!
Even the toy!
Oh
The 80s,
God.
a game that's unfortunately no longer around, the mobile game. Even unused movie designs.
The 2002-3 cartoon.
Yep. And I think that's what even be the live action movie. I think. But the multiverse is vast and complex. I ended up reeling from one reality to the next. I saw 1,000 different versions of Eternia across hypertime. Strange iterations. Basically, finally, I returned to my Eternia. I had to learn one dark truth. In each and every Eternia, Skeletor loses. Always. The power of Grayskull never becomes mine. There is always a He-Man to defeat me. Call it an epiphany, child. I do not like being destined to lose. My whole life has been about rebellion. And as a young prince, I rebelled against my brother Randor. As Skeletor, I rebelled against Hordak. I have one rebellion left in me, She-Ra, against destiny. I have seen what your sword can do. Heal me. Restore me to my strength as Skeletor so that I can join the fight against Hordak. And when Hordak is defeated, heal me again. Heal me of Skeletor. Renew me as Prince Keldor so that I can begin a fresh life. A better life. Of course, Evelyn doesn't like that!
Yeah, he's also bullshitting everyone right now, so...
But he's making it believable!
Yeah, it's just like, come on, it's fucking Skeletor!
Funny thing is, though, is, yes, he's bullshitting, but not as much as you think. He does wants to rebel against destiny, because he knows I can't do my usual shtick.
Yeah, but he's not going to do the good things of redeeming
Oh,
himself.
no.
No.
But yeah, Evelyn takes the sword, and you see Skeletor finally has his lower jaw back. Damn her. So she's now gone back, takes the eyes to Hordak. Triclops, I'm surprised to see you here. But I admire your initiative. Great Lord, my greetings to you. I know you. Skeletor is witch. No longer. Skeletor is a spent force. There is no future with him. Indeed, there is no longer any future at all, except in you, my gift. What? What is the Eye of Chaos? The Eye of Kronos! May your kingdom come. Oh dear.
And shit just got real.
Yep, and now He-Man goes into this chamber to be shown a vision. As we then see her and wake up, married to Teela in the future. And all is right with the universe. How's your head? Not too groggy, I hope. A week of celebration could take its toll on an old man. Old? You dare mock your Lord King? Not mock. Tease. Tease away. Nothing was spoiled this morning.
Old man, my fucking ass. Holy
I know. 30 years since you brought peace to Eternia. May it last forevermore. Oh, shit!
Oh, he conquered it like an... Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is showing the dark side of it. Actually, I think we could get this all crammed in within an hour, within maybe an hour and a half, if that's all right.
I can't do an hour and a half. An hour is the best I can do for you, my friend.
All right, but I think we can still cram it through because basically throughout all of this, it's just showing an alternate future. We also did like, bless my child, and bless my child, great Lord. He is sick, and the power of your touch can cure him. But then once the bird flies in and Beastman tackles it, it wasn't a child. It was an acid bomb. And as he feels insurgency will not stand, showing that he has become a dictator.
Uh-huh.
And look, he's riding Panther.
Panther, yeah, Panther.
And, oh, that's not the actual sorceress. They're just dressed like the sorceress. And she's demanding to know the future. And Orko is back somehow.
Oh, shit.
And turns out he deals with the rebellion. Then I weep that they did not succeed. Oh, geez. So apparently he's been part of the rebellion against Adam. And he's ready to strike him down. But then Man-at-Arms and Stratos shows up. They are fighting them all, a big fight battle. Stratos is dead and killed off. She-Ra shows up. They fight. And she actually does take him out. Turns out this is what the prophecy was about.
Ah.
But his blood heads towards there. His tainted blood releasing Horacos and destroying the universe. Like, it even says, and there will be the future, and in the future, a war between two of King Grayskull's blood. One will bring destruction, the other will fight it back. The prophecy is from the age of Grayskull. I always thought it referred to me and Skeletor. No, He-Man, it speaks of you and your sister. What did I just witness? The future. You wanted to know what it would take to defeat Hordak? That was your answer. More power than you have ever demonstrated. More power than anyone has ever wielded. Since you first held your sword aloft and said the words, you have channeled a great power to such a noble cause. But He-Man is your warrior form. You cannot, should not remain He-Man all the time. Basically, that's what she sums it up. And that, unfortunately, what he would do would be to purge Adam and be power incarnate, which would corrupt him.
Mm-hmm.
So what does he choose to do? He shatters the sword! And actually, it turns out he did the right call. Because it turns out also there's something that the vision doesn't show us, but we won't find out till later.
Okay.
Oh, but this is where we're going to get some fill-ins on. Now, I do not care for the artwork here. I mean, it's good in some moments, but then we'll have some weird facial expressions later. But basically, my dear She-Ra, Hordak was once pinned to Eternia in the dark dimension of Despondos. His power source was there. The billions of soul he had consumed over the eons trapped in his vault. When he came to Eteria's sister world, Eternia, and acquired the power of Grayskull, he left the power source behind. For the moment, at least, it is a weakness. So basically, they're in Assyria at the moment. They're actually heading to Assyria to deal with his untapped souls.
Okay.
The well of darkness. I used the well once before to deliver a child called Dora to Hordak long ago. 7 years ago on Assyria, I commanded the Horde forces during the attack on Castle Brightmoon. So he was there for Brightmoon too.
Hmm.
And there's Queen Angela. Yield to me. Darkness now rules over Bright Moon, just as it will soon rule over Eternia. Bow down before Hordak. So this is when he was still Hordak's lackey. And I told you before, him and Shadow Weaver were a thing. I will find it. I will raise it for you. Not for me, for Hordak. No, I am your servant. Perhaps one day I will be more than that. I know you better than you think. You wear a mask, Weaver, but you cannot hide your true form from me. You cannot hide your pain. I know your power came at a price, as did yours. Some prices eclipse others. When Hordak gave you your powers, he did more than enhance you. He erased you. He consumed your soul and the soul of another. The child you were carrying at the time. That is the real price. Your pain. But we are here now, and the future is what we make of it together. I pledge myself to you. So that's why she raised the door like a daughter.
Because her chance to be a mom was stolen from her.
Yeah, and I don't think she even knew she was pregnant, I'm betting. Until it happened. 5 years you have served me, Skeletor. 5 years and you have been a mighty force commander. The great rebellion cannot last forever. Etheria will soon be mine. Once it is, we can reinvade Eternia and finish what started so long ago. The capture of Grayskull. So yeah, he's been shown a vision, but then when he was given his Havoc staff, that something changed. He was given a vision, and it's revealed the skull and the Havoc staff is his future self.
Huh.
And it turns out this is a bit of a time loop that's been going on. He would capture using the Havoc staff, do everything, but then keep on getting more powerful. And then he would be killed, his skull would be used, and time would reset. But in this case now, we find out that the Havoc staff is giving him a vision. I saw myself deliver the child to you. I saw you murder me. Unfortunate, you glimpsed your future, but my past. It is regrettable that you saw this vision. And so basically, in other words, 18 years ago, a stranger came to me with an infant and told me I had sent him back in time to retrieve this child. That stranger was you, Skeletor. So it's more of a case of capture it, went back in time, and then got corrupted and did that. And this was supposed to be the loop was supposed to start again, but instead, and Skeletor's skull gave him the vision that threw it off. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So he broke the loop, and it turned out, yeah, he had been raising Despera, and he was like a father to her. But thanks to this, Hordak realizes, you were right, Skeletor. Unforeseen complications, which I must deal with. He decides to turn on because he realized, yeah, he now knows the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Skeletor fights, he gets away, and like, come, my love. I can't. I won't leave my child, not even for you. So be it. And thus they choose to wipe Skeletor's memory from Despera. It has worked. I have broken and drained forth the darkness. We can travel to the Spounda, to the Spout of Souls. And to the Spouts of Souls. Now see, look at that face on She-Ra.
Ugh.
What kind of face is that? But yeah, so they're making their way in now for that. So what do you think about that with Skeletor's history being old? It's a bit convoluted, but it makes sense within what we've been getting.
Kind of out of character, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's out of character for him to show any kind of soft side to fucking anyone.
True, but even the Revelations comics showed that he actually did have a family. And I think it was meant to show that there's always been this humanized side to him. And we've seen it already.
Okay.
Oh, that's supposed to be Ram Man, I think. No, it's not Ram Man. It's Fisto.
Fisto, man.
Lord Fisto. Octavia. Press on. We must liberate Eternos or perish in the attempt. Follow me. We can retake the palace. So weak. Oh, but yeah, that was all a dream. And father, just another dream, Battle Cat. Another one. Oh, there's Imp. You remember Imp? So yeah, looks like I'm inspiring a lot less loyalty these days. You should have Mendor check out that cough, Adam. Teela, it's just a cold. Oh, but now he feels useless now. But he knows he had to do it, but he now feels to avoid the temptation. But now he feels useless.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but yeah, we see Hordak. He then goes in there and he's ready to make Evelyn the new sorceress of Hordak. You see, my beautiful Evelyn, the war was won the day you arrived at my gate. And here we are, She-Ra, at the Vault of Souls. The Havoc Staff now whole has brought us through the darkness of dimensions to this place. This place drips of pain. So, Hordak recently killed Shadow Weaver. Ah, this I did not know. I have thought of her of late, and I have thought of her of late. I suspect I owe her everything. I think she was the reason I was able to break the time cycle. She invested in me. There was magic that allowed me to see my destiny the moment I seized the staff. That makes sense.
Mm.
Right? Why? She wished for me to avoid that fate. She was saving me. Again, and that makes sense. So, let us honor her memory by saving her, by saving all of them. Even holds the locket. But he betrays her then. You know why? He's like, a pity you'll never get a chance to meet her. Didn't I warn you to stay back? I didn't take all the souls. I left the ones that Despair delivered to Hordak personally. More than enough revenge to go around. Goodbye. But here, citizens of Eternia, hear the voice of Hordak. Oh, in my mercy, I give you one final day to live as free men in the city of your fathers. Tomorrow you will live on your knees. You call yourselves masters of the universe. Now you will learn the true meaning of the word. Some of you may wish to run. It is true that some of you will manage to flee this world in a fleet of salvage spaceships. I have foreseen this. You will find a new uninhabited world called the World Primus from New Adventures. But what does he do? He destroys it!
Oh, wow. Holy shit.
Well, remember, they said the weapon can destroy anywhere, anytime. Snake Man cannot save you. He-Man cannot save you. There is no escape from Hordak. The past, the present, the future. I can reach you anywhere. I have Castle Grayskull. I have the eyes of Grayskull. Surrender, King Adam. I am the master of the universe! So what did you think?
Shit hit the fan pretty badly.
But yeah, everything's going to hell. Even on Earth. Now, we don't see the rest of the Justice League. We just focus on Marlena. But yeah, we see so many other worlds that we've seen before, all being attacked and everything. Everything's just going to hell. This is bleak, Sorceress. It's a Sorceress. Oh, look, it's Mossman. He's back.
Yeah, Mossman.
Yeah, now remember, they still don't know where Duncan is, I should point out. But Teela's made clear that the vision, her visions are still hazy. It's because he wants me on my knees. He wants me on my knees. He wants the heir of Grayskull to bow before him. He wants revenge. And none of this will end until he has it. None of it, my lord. Get out, all of you. You're considering surrender, aren't you, Adam? Now, this leads to the point where, he offers Evelyn to become the new sorceress, and she feels it is her destiny. But then, suddenly, all of his troops are attacking. Why? All the Horde troops, they weren't robots. These were the bodies without their souls. And Skeletor has put their souls back in.
Oh, wow. Holy shit.
Time turn on me, would you? Perish for that! Mystics, attend me. We will identify the origin of this sorceress corruption. And that's the Hordak! Oh, and turns out Triclops, it's been paid off by Skeletor to deactivate the shields.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, look at Evil and stripping down.
Damn!
But yeah, who orchestrates it? Show yourself! Who is my true enemy? Why, that would be me. I have stolen the souls from your vault, Hordak. Now I return them to you. Like ingenious, you turn my power against me, but only because you have no might of your own that can match mine. This ends! And there is no stopping me, Skeletor. I wield the full power of Grayskull, everything you ever desired. Despite your tricks, you are a weakling bastard prince, pining for power that you would never be yours. This is your final battle. My new age. Are you ready, my queen? Woo! I am the sorceress now. I am the sorceress of Hordak. I have the power. But she turns on him. Your arrogance has always been your undoing. Die! Ah, the blood of Grayskull. How sweet. You have served me well, all of you. As promised, Triclops, your fee. Your services are well worth the additional payment. I'd spend it quick if I were you. Yes, my lord. My Evelyn, you have never looked more ravishing. Death becomes you. I am what I have become. The voice of the goddess. The face of the... Oh, Hordak is off the board now!
What?
Skeletor has killed him!
Oh, come the fuck on.
But to be fair, though, this was a master stroke. He knew Evelyn would have jumped if she thought he was going to go good. But he also knew that once becoming the sorceress, she would return to him. Especially when he has weakened Hordak by stealing his souls.
Yeah. All right, well, let's keep going then.
Yep. But seek Zodak. And where is he? Why has he not revealed himself? And where's your goddess? Why doesn't she help us? Adam is losing it by Skeletor, so you are alive. Of course, I am beyond death, but you look to be at death's door. Not yourself these days? Ah, I see. Fitting a broken sword for a broken king. Such a pity. I would have hoped that you would have witnessed what comes next through He-Man's eyes. I am He-Man. I suppose, deep down where it counts. Do you remember the first time we ever fought? The first time you held that sword aloft and spoke the words of power? It was here, in this very throne room, and I asked, who are you? I am still waiting for the answer. Who are you to be more worthy of Grayskull's power than me? You, the wayward prince. For years I fought in vain to wrest the power from and you, believing that was I was the He-Man of prophecy. But the goddess chose you. Why? Perhaps I'll never get my answer. But I no longer care. For the first time, I know who I am, whom the goddess chose me to be. Hordak saw it too small. There will be no surrender, no conquest of worlds, no empire. What's coming is far worse. I just wanted you to know that. It's not over yet, Skeletor. Valiant to the last, even without your greatest strengths. Very well. Come face me then. Face me if you dare, He-Man. You will find me at Castle Grayskull in the end. It all comes down to us. Yes, you and me.
So Adam's been taken over by...
Yes. We win?
Wow.
Who knows? But it turns out this was all intentional. Oh, and wait, you look at this cover.
Oh, man.
But yeah, they're ready for an attack. And I thought, so he's wearing a Snake Man armor. The stolen swords drain away and return to me to nourish me and empower. So so that's why he was able to do it. He stole all of the souls. He used them to distract Hordak. But yeah, he is just as powerful as Hordak was. Huh. And in a way, Hordak orchestrated this by giving him the Havoc Staff. He just didn't, and he was too arrogant.
Mm.
Oh, but then we have a new soldier being sent out there. Yes, it's who you think it is.
It's who I think it is?
Well, it's a new soldier out of nowhere, and who's been missing?
Oh, okay.
Hear me, God. But yeah, like you chose me to bring this moment out. So that's the other thing. Hordak wanted and Skeletor to do this. I am not your servant. I am your murderer. Soon all your children will be at the gates of this fortress, goddess, and they will cry for me to spare them. And I will tell them what I tell you now. No, if I cannot rule this universe, I will slay it. So he wants to destroy everything.
So that's
look.
Ooh, wow.
You remember those things? The
No.
walkers.
Not really, no.
Yeah, they would go forward, like rotate, and then just look at those things. But yeah, so now, but Adora is still in there, and she gets a vision of the Crystal Palace, which remember Teela had brought up. Now Teela goes in to save Adora. Mossman, no! Mossman sacrifices himself to take out this zone. And look.
Wow.
I see it. Thanks to the sacrifice of an old friend. The way is clear to... Turned out he's still fighting him. Oh, he kills Ratlord because the Snake Men don't want to still be ruled.
Huh.
Can you blame him?
Yeah.
After finally seeing what true peace is. But yep, there's Duncan. Don't worry, I can breeze through the rest of this because it's very quick to get through.
Okay.
There's Triclops here, and turned out he had fought Duncan earlier. Putting up a good fight, taking off his helmet, seeing him without his eyes. But he ended up doing that. Look, the slime pit. Oh, but yeah, now they plan on using Hordak's blood into Skeletor to help improve it, to give him the blood of Grayskull.
Didn't he already have the blood of the Grayskull? He's a descendant.
No, but it is Adam's blood, remember?
Oh, okay.
Skeletor sends his regard. So yeah, they're fighting, stabs him, but at the same time, Adam is still fighting it off. Meanwhile, Swiftwind shows up to take him away. Like, I am such a fool. I let Skeletor deceive me. I really thought he wanted to be redeemed. Oh dear, now we're going to have Sorceress versus Sorceress. Oh, damn!
That's cool.
Hordak is, of course, a bat. Of course it is. So they're trying to get out of there. But thanks to Hiss, he stabs and poisons Duncan. But then Adam still won't die. He won't die. So in other words, let's just say he bit off more than he can chew.
You can't take over Adam completely.
Nope. But yeah, so we're having Serpos versus Hordak. And unfortunately, Hordak is going to win. But now, taking the Hordak sword and the Havoc staff, he is now forging a new weapon. But yeah, basically everything's going more and more to hell. We're then seeing a bit of a flashback to the past. Stuff, between as Adam is still fighting inside his mind against Hiss. Basically, this is all in his mind.
Mm.
As Hiss is constantly trying to take over. Never! But then, look who shows up. An older Teela and young Teela, pre-Sorceress Teela and young Teela. They're in his mind still helping him. And I love this. Because you're crazy. We three are the only ones left. How have you survived for so long? Because you're crazy in love with us, dum-dum. Always have been. You just can't let us go. You're in love with me? Barf! So that fight, a kid, Teela is okay with being in love, but then when she got older, she's like, eh.
Yeah. But
basically, yeah, we're revealed that this is, they're all like, how did you put up with me when I was like them? It wasn't easy. He's got a point there.
Yeah.
But yeah, he basically, yeah, he needs to use this gem to try and stop King Hiss. But things go crazy, and then he drops the gem he was given. Oh, crap. There's so much great dialogue, but since we're nearly done.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's now fighting off against them. But it turns out Man-at-Arms placed a bomb inside Triclops' skull or helmet. So he dead.
Okay.
And the shield is down. And turns out Duncan is now back to normal. Meanwhile, we're seeing Adam is still trying to remember and dealing with Hiss. Mm-hmm. And what does he do? He stabs himself with the sword. Killing Hiss is finally dying. but he then makes a promise. He was actually that doctor. And if he dies, he put his own seeded his venom in their blood. And with his last breath, so goes the snake men. All of them!
So he killed his own race?
Well, he was the reason why they were brought back in the first place. But yeah, then Adam gets a nice farewell, proper farewell with his father. But then here it comes. All of a sudden, basically, Skeletor becomes so powerful he shatters the sword. He-Man is broken, and now he is Death incarnate.
Damn!
By the power of Grayskull, this is the end. But yeah, he takes it, uses it, and he goes back into the forge to reignite it, even though he's dying from all the energy. But then, what has happened? No, impossible. The universe is watching, Skeletor. Let's finish this. This is it. The final battle.
Damn. Let's get to it.
Look at that cover.
Damn, it's pretty sweet.
But yeah, so Teela is fallen to the evil end. She is losing her power, especially without the Snake Men. She has no more people to worship.
Mm-hmm.
But then look at Adam's new outfit. He is now, and look, the sword is gold. I know what you have planned, Skeletor. I will not allow my own uncle to destroy all life. I don't know how you survived, Adam, or why the powers returned to you, but I do not care. You have simply delayed the inevitable. Here, He-Man, have a taste of the universe to come. As all the other go and charge to deal with these spirits. I now have the means to capture, summon, and command the dead from across all time and space. How does it feel to face old friends and old foes that are unkillable? How does it feel to face unending tide of destruction? I have forged myself the ultimate power weapon of death and fused it to my own body. Every death in the universe now feeds me and inhabits me. I am the multitude, death incarnate. And when I slay the goddess, her death will feed me too. And I will become more. I will become the antiverse, death eternal. Damn! Jeez. He has lost it.
Yep, he's not even himself anymore.
Oh, look. Hero, Sir Laserlot, that was a Jeff Johns creation. Wondar. But yeah, Teela is dying, but then the spirits, some of the spirits attack, of course, because they're not, he's not controlling all of them. And with her last bit of energy, she restores Adora, and she has to deal with Hordak, properly giving her a one-on-one fight. I am more than death. I am reborn in the glory of Skeletor. And even King Grayskull is being controlled. But Duncan comes to Teela, and she says, like, you children have done enough to pay for the sins of your fathers and your mothers. If the universe survives this night, the next world belongs to you. I'm a man of science, not magic, but I picked up a trick or two along the way. I've been prepared to trade my life for yours since the day you were born. Live, Teela. So he sacrificed his life for Teela.
He put all of his life energy into her.
So he knew a spell or two. Makes sense that he would be taught it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so of course I curse you for eternity. Pitiful! You will not triumph here. I already have. The fires of eternity rage uncontrollably. The eyes of Grayskull remain intact. Our battle is tearing Eternia apart. By choosing to fight me, you have only ushered in the end. You're insane. You're mortal. You'll destroy yourself along with everything else. Will I? Let's find out. So she takes out Hordak with the original sword of protection. Like, I will not rest until these souls see the light as well. Every soul, even yours. Okay, is that a better defeat?
Yeah, it's a better defeat. Much, much, much better.
Who's next? But yeah, so they are mine to save. I am He-Man, the master of eternity. Together with every last soul of the universe, I defy you. I will push back the darkness by the power of Grayskull. Now, for the honor of Grayskull, we have the power. We have the power. We have the power. And look at the new Castle Grayskull.
Damn.
So Skeletor is gone. But now what happens next as we get the last issue, the epilogue issue? They added this issue specifically for this.
Okay.
I dreamt last night I was someone else, someone brave, someone mighty, a hero. But it wasn't the past I saw, it was the future. I dreamt that after a great war, I would lead my friends and they would fight beside me, each wielding a power greater than I had known before. Guardians, knights, warriors of Eternia, masters of the universe reborn. He wakes up, still as Adam, and we see Zodak. At least I think he's a friend. At least I think. I am neither friend nor foe, just a servant of the stars. I see the past and the future, and that privilege allows me to advise. So reveal my fortune then. I know the past. Yesterday, I defeated Skeletor in final battle. Now I have no perspective. I don't know what the war means for the future. It means the universe is no longer going to end. Skeletor was trying to murder life. You were trying to stop death. There will always be death, but thanks to you, life serves to balance it forevermore. You have changed destiny. The future is no longer in the stars. It is in the hands of living things and will be wrought day by their choices. You have freed everyone to make their own lives, including me. The future has no need of me as its witness. There is nothing permanent left to be read. Look to Castle Grayskull. It's always been more than just power. For Skeletor, it represented legitimacy. For She-Ra, it's about redemption. You must decide what it means for you. And thus, it's the new castle and the new kingdom, palace.
Oh, okay.
And we see Teela is teaching some students and She-Ra shows up, and she basically said she's going to go to Assyria. She needs to find the Crystal Palace. Basically, the whole thing is them bringing about a new world. And yeah, so he has to find Assyria. It was calling to her. And basically, like an artifact of Grayskull buried 1,000 years in the sword in the ground of Sarn's scepter. It'll help her lead to the castle. So, in other words, gives her her own adventure. And I love this. On Eternia, we don't say goodbye. We say good journey. Referencing the movie.
Yep.
But now we see a bit with Teela, who is so upset about losing her father. But what happened? I love this. It's your future. I hope I can be part of it. This castle will be the center of our new world, but it needs you to make it alive. It needs you to be its heart. Wow, no pressure. And they finally get married.
About fucking time.
But then we see Evelyn is still the sorceress of Hordak. And what does she do? She's back on what Gar in the place where and Skeletor's mother was, and brings him back. May he be healed and reborn. Oh, glorious. But in other words, he's fully healed. He's now Keldor again.
But he looks like he still has some of the Skeletor mutations on him.
Yep. But we will stand as defenders of all life. Ka-tang! Ka-tang! We are the masters of the universe. All of us. Not bad. Ah, there you are. Welcome. Welcome. I've been expecting you. Are you ready? You have the power. Yes, he's talking to us.
That's awesome.
So, what did you think? This is the grand finale of everything we've been going over since the beginning, since those origin stuff. But first, tell me, what did you think about this whole maxi series and then this whole era?
Well, this one in particular, it had its downs, but it had way more ups than downs. It was almost like freaking nonstop action with maybe a couple bits.
There's a lot of character beats, but I just breezed through them. I wanted to read a lot, but I skipped to what was really important.
Yeah. As for the whole series, it's fucking aces, dude.
What would you say was your favorite part? For me, it's Skeletor. Skeletor is my favorite part of this whole thing.
I would say objectively he's the best part of it, but my favorite part's still Hordak.
Right, even though so you agree that She-Ra killing him that way had redeemed it?
Oh yeah, I didn't like the idea that Skeletor just backstabbing him. It's cheap. It's cheap for someone as powerful as Hordak is, as someone as important as Hordak.
But given how what was meant for Skeletor by the end.
Yeah, but it was still something that was always meant for She-Ra to take care of, not anyone else.
Which she did, at least by the end. She destroyed
Yeah,
and wiped
she
out
did,
his.
and I was disappointed up until that part. The only like disappointing character that was like truly disappointing had a truly disappointing end, and kind of like this was lazy to me. Was Hiss.
Yeah,
Hiss's end was lazy, as well as the removal of all the snakemen. That was lazy-er.
that was. But at least, though, it was a case where his was so arrogant, thinking he'd just take over everyone.
Yeah, I just expected something more grandiose from one of the big bads.
True, but from what you saw, though, what he was doing to try and put Adam down was pretty grandiose, wouldn't you say?
That's nice all on its own, but I didn't like that his death killed off all of the snakemen. That was
True,
lazy.
but it makes sense for him to do that.
It makes sense for him to do that, but you kind of just. What was the point of trying to redeem the snakemen with Rattler?
Well, I know. Well, that's true. Well, I think it was because of that. That I bet you that if they were still going to stick to his side, he would have let them live because they would have gone nuts without him. But because of the fact that they chose it, made it clear. Well, I'm glad I poisoned you.
I guess it's just like it just seems like a lazy way to remove the snakeman from the equation.
That's true, and it was also meant for Teela too, because without the snake men, she didn't have her abilities.
Yeah.
And what did you think about with Evil Lynn?
Also good. I mean, she was kind of she was kind of like an ancillary character, not like a main character or to anything, but
yeah, but she looked hot at least.
Oh yeah.
Bet she was hotter than Teela in that outfit.
I think she was hotter without the outfit.
No, I'm saying between the two sorceresses.
Oh, yeah, I didn't like Teela's sorceress outfit whatsoever. It was
a nice throwback.
It's a nice throwback, but it was never anything like that was like.
But overall, though, with
attractive.
What about with Adam throughout all of this? Everything he's been through, the mind wipe, his sister losing Grayskull, his mother being trapped away, his father's death, everything here. What do you think about Adam's journeys throughout all of this?
It's fine. It's serviceable. I mean, it's not like anything like super great. He kind of figured things out a little too quickly.
True.
But that's in the confines of, the story and how long they had to tell it.
That's true. Now, what about Adora?
Adora she was the better handled of the two. I
would agree with that. Probably because unfortunately, again, Adam had such a rough start.
Mm-hmm.
That mini series in the end ended up making it a bit more.
Yeah, I would probably say the two standout characters in total are Skeletor and Teela.
Yes, Teela, seeing her growth.
Yeah, Teela had far more growth than most characters. Skeletor didn't grow as a character, but you were.
He was unleashed.
He was unleashed. You were interested in the things that he was doing.
Exactly.
So
and again, this is my favorite Skeletor. This is my favorite Skeletor. Period. Bar none.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
One more question.
Sorry.
One more question. Was in this part of the reason why I wanted to show this all off with the show that there was a lot of these elements in Revelations. Do you see that?
Oh, fuck yeah, I did. This thing was almost. It wasn't beat for beat or anything, but it was still like you saw hints of it everywhere.
Basically, Revelation was this through the lens of the 80s cartoon.
Yeah. And kind of makes me I look forward to the next seasons whenever that starts up.
Yeah, but I will say, though, this Skeletor trounces even Revelation Skeletor. Mark Hamill is good, but he's still the boob.
Yeah, but that's part of his charm.
True, but I gotta say, the first thing interesting though here, he still has his charm here, doesn't he?
He has parts of it, but he's a bit more focused.
Yeah, and again, I think the whole thing about him going to the multiverse, that was my favorite page, was seeing the toy figure and all that. I'm like, how is that part of the multiverse?
Look, man, if there's a multiverse, the multiverse actually exists, there's toy versions of us out there.
Yeah, that's true, but that was hilarious, seeing the old toy, But yeah, but that's this idea that knowing that, yeah, he's destined to always lose. I think that would make any villain snap. It's one thing to think like, oh, there's probably a universe out there where I've won. There isn't. There never has been. He is always. That would make anyone snap. Because again, you would think the infinite universe. There has to be some world out there where he's won. Nope.
Nope, he is destined to lose in every single freaking iteration of himself.
So again, I don't blame him for wanting to wipe out everything. Then it's like, fine, I will break destiny. And now, what do you think about the stuff with him and Shadow Weaver? Do you think that was a legitimate relationship, or do you think it was until she chose not to go with him?
It was fine. It was fine all on its own. It kind of came out of left field, and it's not something that I would think of Skeletor doing.
Right, but I have to wonder, did he truly love her? Or much like Evelyn, he just wanted to use her power?
That is more believable from him.
Now, I could see him having some feelings of love. I think it is clear there is a bit of a lust for them. And Evelyn and Shadow Weaver both, I could see him lust for.
Skeletor is not someone who is immune to the idea of lust, so that I can believe.
And possibly wanting a happy ending, especially Skeletor, I can believe it.
Yeah.
After everything he's gone through, I could see him possibly wanting a happy ending with a woman. Possibly. Just not yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall though, I would give this whole saga an 8 out of 10, a solid 8.
I am.
I mean, again, from the origin crossover all the way up to this.
Yeah, I think 8's fair.
Yeah,
8's fair. It's not perfect. It had its downs, but it's not. It's still.
I would love to see a show made out of this.
Well, Revelations is probably the closest you'll ever get to that.
That's true. That is very true. But this isn't the last time we'll see this He-Man. Actually.
Oh, cool.
He will return in He-Man and the Masters of the Multiverse. Turns out him sharing the power is actually a good thing for the entire multiverse. What did you think about also? That was the other thing. What do you think about him sharing the power?
It's in character for him. Adam has always done things for the greater good, not because he was selfish or anything. He's always been when he was a kid, he was always a lazy layabout.
Yeah,
he liked adventure, but he didn't like. He wasn't like as his father would always,
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But for him to actually share it, and he's going to share it across the multiverse, not just his world.
No, it's the natural conclusion to his story arc.
It is the share because also no one person should wield all the power.
For someone who is as physically weak as he is, who has a taste of ultimate freaking power, and then he gets the best of both worlds. He understands what it's like to be weak, and he understands what it's like to be powerful, and he shares that with everyone around. It's the natural conclusion. It
really, truly is. Also, him and Teela getting married, also natural conclusion.
Fucking finally.
And now they're king and queen. But so now, after seeing how Teela was in this and everything, do you see a little bit why I didn't care for Keith Gibbons' Teela?
Sure.
I mean, I know you loved her, but you gotta be honest, that was clearly her that was written in the flashback. It's like, oh, barf. All right.
It was fine. All right.
So we were able to get it all done in one video. That was a surprise. Thank you for joining me on this. But we're not done with He-Man yet still. Because you know what we have next?
Thundercats. Oh.
He-Man, Thundercats. And then after this, Injustice versus Masters of the Universe. And then finally, He-Man versus He-Man and the Masters of the Multiverse.
All right.
So 3 minis.
And the saga continues.
Yes, it does. But hey, we don't say goodbye. We say good journey.
Yep.
Good journey, everyone.
Au revoir.